Good afternoon, my stitchy and quilty friends. It's Darlene with Darlene Dion Designs coming at you from Nova Scotia, Canada, and Canada's East Coast. This is Flosstube number 60, if you can believe that. It's just shocks to me. It's just a shock to me that I've done 60 of these, plus a few extras. Today is June the 18th, 2025. I'm pretty sure it's the 18th. And I'm pretty sure I started floss tubing 4 years ago next week. I think it was 2021, but I'm not positive. I'd have to look that up. But anyway, pretty sure it was 2024. And I love doing it. I love the community. I love the interaction with all of you wonderful people. If you're new here, I so appreciate you dropping by to see what I'm about. And I'm about cross stitch and quilting. I design and sell cross stitch and quilting patterns in my Etsy shop, and I do a floss tube, hence I have a Facebook group, I have a Instagram account, and I have, like I said, an Etsy shop. So you can find me in any of those places. Darlene Dion Designs. If you've been here from the beginning, I appreciate you so very much. Some of you, know where I am, lots about me, that I am recovering from a broken shoulder. My right shoulder I broke in a fall in March. And so I haven't been able to do the things that I typically would have, but it is improving. I don't have to see the surgeon again. I didn't have surgery, but the surgeon checks it. And I've been running back and forth everywhere imaginable for doctor's appointments and sleep apnea appointments. And my sister had surgery a couple weeks ago, so I've been running her to appointments. And I am looking forward to some days home. I had a 3-day quilting retreat, which was wonderful. I didn't stay nights. It was at a place that's about 40 minutes from my house. And this retreat did not include accommodations. Some people stayed that came from a longer distance, but a lot of us traveled home. So it was really wonderful, lots of fun, lots of inspiration, lots of show and tell, lots of good food. And it's just so nice to be with like-minded people, and they get me. So that's always nice. The weather here has been quite nice. We've had some rain, and it's, we have rain. It is dry, but not as dry as I've seen it. That's for sure. The weather is still not real warm, but it's perfect for me. I wish it would stay like this until December and then snow. It's a little cool mornings. It's nothing for us to get up and it be 4 degrees Celsius, or even last week, one day we had a 2 degrees morning. And it's a little bit breezy, so it's keeping the bugs down. It warms up quite a bit through the day to, 23, 24 degrees Celsius, and that's good. 21. So they do say we're possibly going to have a heat wave next week, which heat wave for us is nothing like what some of you are used to, I'm sure, but more consistent, warmer weather next week. So we'll see. What else? Life. That's about it, I guess. I mean, just everyday routine things, enjoying home as much as I can, and stitching. And I've been journaling a little bit. I haven't done a lot of that over the years. I used to, but I'm trying to get back into that a little bit. So anyway, I wanted to come back today and share some of the things that I've been working on. I had 4 new charts that I've released since I seen you last, and of course they were posted on Instagram and my Facebook group, so some of you would have already seen them, so I'm going to share them with you today. I have a nice finish, and I have 1 whip, and then I have, well, I'm not going to show you them today, but I have several other new charts in the works. Yeah, so we'll get right into it. We'll start out with my new charts. So, I was working on these 2 little, they're smalls, and they're both the same size, and I'm going to do several of this size. I'm not really calling it a series, but they kind of are. I'm going to finish them all the similar way, and they're all, like I said, they're all the same size. I'm going to do them all on the same fabric. So these two I released on the same day. One is called Simply Blessed. And it is, it's very, you know, it's a really quick stitch. I finished both of these like one day, and then I started the other one the next day and finished that in one day too. So it's just simple sentiments, I guess. I finished with a piece of fabric on the bottom. They all have this little scallop along the bottom, and I put a piece of ribbon there. I finished with a blue stripe on the back. Simply Blessed, with some of my favorite greens and blues. And I love it. It's 36 count. I can't remember what the fabric is, but if you want to know, I can look it up. Love it. And then on that same day, I put out Happy Spring. I'm just adjusting the ribbon here. Happy Spring, little sheep and tulips, and again the scalloped edge and a ribbon and some fabric along the bottom. This one a little bit, this one I'm pretty sure is 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. And in the back. So like I said, I have 2 more in the works. I have several designed, but 2 more ready to finish in the next, like I just finished one this morning and finished another one yesterday. So, and then I started a 3rd one too. So they're fun and they're quick, really nice little gift for an exchange or a swap. Yeah, they would stitch up really quick for you. And then if you've been here for a while, you know I've been working on a series of houses that I call the DMC Addresses. This was the first one. 221 Blessings Boulevard. So the street address 221 is the same number as the house. So this is 221 DMC 221. My nails will match really well. Yeah, so they all reflect a DMC number in the address. And so, you know, there's endless possibilities with that beautiful DMC. So yeah, and this is a general French general fabric on the back, and each one will have a different house and a different color. So that was the first one, and this was the second one, 580 Harmony Hill. So the house number is number 580 DMC. Third one was 317 Driftwood Drive. Wanted to get a little bit of a nautical one in there. So the house is number 317, gray. It's got a little bow, then the weather vane, and nice piece of fabric on the back. And I used some beggar's twine for the trim on this one. Really enjoyed. So all of these, and then this one, the 4th one, have all been available previously in my, this was the latest one that I showed in my last video. And this was 761 Lady Slipper Lane. A couple of lady slippers there and a nice pink house. And I trimmed this one with pearl and a pretty paisley for the back. And new in that series is my favorite DMC blue, 931 Cobblestone Court. And there's some cobblestones along the street. So this was really fun to stitch. It stitched up quick. I really enjoyed it. And I just love how it looks. Nice big blue house with a red door. Anyway, yeah. White picket fence. Really enjoyed it. And that's a piece of Primitive Gatherings fabric on the back. So I really am having fun with this little series. I don't have a new one started, but I have colors in mind for what I'll do next. So any guesses? So we have, what do we have? We have blue, gray, red or burgundy kind of, green, and pink, blue, gray, burgundy, green, and pink. What do you think's coming next? Okay, and one last new chart for me. What is today? The 18th. So in less than 2 weeks, we will be celebrating Canada Day here in Canada, July 1st. And I wanted to do a new Canada piece. So this is Canada Sampler. Canada 1867, and the uppercase alphabet, or the larger alphabet, includes all the letters that I did not use here. And then it has a smaller alphabet. They're not lowercase, they're just a smaller uppercase alphabet, which I've included, I've used in these, and these ones down at the bottom that are 2 initials are all the Canadian provinces and territories. So I'm trying to read backwards here. This is AB is for Alberta, British Columbia, Manitoba. Is that a B? Yeah. New Brunswick, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, that's me, Northwest Territories, Nunavut, that's where my son is, Ontario, Prince Edward Island, Quebec, Saskatchewan, and the Yukon Territory. And July 1st is the day we celebrate. So this is on 36 count. Pretty sure it's 36 count. Can't remember for sure. And my husband cut down a wooden frame for me and got it framed up. And I wanted to use a variety of colors. And I really am happy with how it turned out. It looks like a traditional sampler to me, and I'm really pleased with it. You could do it all one color. You could do it monochromatic, that's for sure, all red or black or whatever you like. But yeah, I wanted to do a variety. So each line has a little border, a simple border between. So, and then the outside border is a little bit of back stitch and stitching. So anyway, I love how it turned out. Love it. And it's been pretty popular in my shop. So those 4 new charts are available in the Etsy shop now. If you're interested in them, drop by. The link for the Etsy shop will be in the description. Okay, now I had one finished. Just checking off my notes here. I've been trying to do 1 thread a day on one specific project. And more often than not, I end up with more than 1 thread. So, some days I might do 2, some days I might do 6. It's never consistent. It just depends on the time and what else I thought I might want to work on that day. So this is the one that I have been pushing to finish, and I see there's some little dog hairs on it. Someone asked me about Emmett after my last show, or after my last episode, and I did hope to show Emmett today, but he's still pretty shy, and he won't come to me today. I even, normally I'll go sit in the recliner where I stitch, and he'll jump right up on my lap, but of course when you want him to, he won't. So he did not do that for me today. I hear his little footprints coming in, Emmett. Come see Mom. No way. Anyway, so this is my finish, and I am so happy with it. This is Home Sweet Home by Modern Folk Embroidery. Oh, I just love it so much. I watched Lori Holt. She showed this in one of her videos, and I had this started when I seen her stitching it, and she was stitching red samplers in memory of her grandmothers, and so I thought, oh, I must do that. And then she's doing blue samplers in memory of her grandfathers. So I decided to leave off the wording that they had along the top, and I put in my maternal grandmother's name and birth year. So Dorothy May Wright, her maiden name was Wright, and she was born in 1917. And we built our house on a piece of land right next door to their house that we bought from them, and her and I had a close relationship. Yeah. So his name was Donald, her name was Dorothy, and they were called Don and Dot. Everybody called them Don and Dot. So she's been gone since 1990. No, that can't be right. 2007. I'm not even sure that's right. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was 2007. She lived to be 90. Anyway, I love it. So I will start another one for my dad's mother, my paternal grandmother, but I haven't picked out which one that will be yet. I've looked at a few and I just haven't settled on one. I really love the blue sampler. What's it called? Americana blue, I think. I thought about doing that in red in memory of my Grammy Lewis. So we'll see. I'll find one that I like and get started on that. So once I finish the red thread with that, if you were here for my show or my episode last, I mentioned how I decided to do, I mostly stitch 1/2 on linen. But I have several pieces that I started 2/2 on linen or Aida or Lugana. And now that I'm used to stitching with one thread, I didn't know for sure if I wanted to go back and finish those that were 2/2. But I have decided to finish them. So I'm going to use them as my daily stitch for a while. So I have picked out the oldest one. I think this is my oldest whip of any. And I have been working on Riley Harbor by Kathy Barrick. I changed most of the house colors, and I was struggling with the color for the whale. I really wanted him to show up well, and he's the last. Everything else is done except for the door colors on the house. Some of them I don't have. Dropping thread. And so here is my progress on Riley Harbor. I love it. And I love the color of the whale, which is Classic Colorworks Stormy Night. So it's not extremely highly variegated, but enough. It doesn't look like a striped whale, but I love it. So you see, most of the doors are not done, and so I need to pick colors for them. And then there's a row of waves under the whale, and an anchor, and an octopus. And I don't think that, yep, that fish is done. Sorry, that one right there is done. So it's not a whole lot. There won't be a whole lot, and that will be finished. So anyway, I love it, and I can't wait to get it framed and see it on my wall in my living room. So yeah, I'm stitching this on 28 count Ale Lugana 2/2, and all of the colors except for the whale are DMC, but like I said, I switched out a lot of the colors. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so that's all of my new stitching. I'm going to move this that's in front of the window because it's really hot in here, and this is blocking the breeze, but I wanted to block the glare, but I'm gonna have to move it because it's really hot. I need the breeze. Okay. Alrighty, I don't know, the last 2 or 3 videos I've done, I find there's more, the lighting is different. I changed the light bulb. My husband had changed the light bulb in here, and he used a different one, so I went back to the original type of light bulb I had, but I just find it washes me out, it washes everything out. I don't know what the difference is. Anyway, so at this point I wanted to show you all of my Canada Day or charts that reflect Canada. I have a few, and then I have a quilt that I want to show you at the end that I have recently finished, and I'll talk a little bit about Flosstube. So we'll start with, this is one of the more recent ones, Little Pillow, 1867. This is 1/2 on 36 count linen, and I can't remember the name of this fabric, and I'm working on something else on this fabric right now, so I need to look back and see what it is because I really love it. It's got a hint of green and yellow in it. Love it. And just some pretty floral on the back. So this one is in the, all of these are in the Etsy shop, and this one is called 1867. And this is one of the first Canada Day ones I did. This is a series of 4, one for each season, and this is the summer one, and it's called Shore Signs of Summer. The chart also is available with a US flag in it, and I've seen other people stitch other flags. Yasmin's Made with Love stitched it with a British flag and I think a Polish flag. She's from Poland, pretty sure. Anyway, so I just finished this as a flat, you know, as a, it really needs to be attached to something, but I just haven't done that. So really cute. I love it. Love all 4 of these. So Shore Signs of Summer. This one is with glowing hearts, I think. And again, it's a board finish. This one is 2/2 on, I would say, it looks like 28 count Lugana. Nice big Canada flag flying high over some houses. This is, of course, part of our national anthem. And again, it's a board finish. Love it. Another board finish, Canada Celebrates. So lots of things that represent Canada here. The maple leaf, summer, the flag, celebrate, 1867, parades, true, patriot love, again from our anthem. Oh, Canada is the name of our anthem. Fireworks, I'm trying to read upside down. July 1st, home, free, the flag, and Canada Day with some red and white bunting. So this one is stitched on 28 count Lugana, I think. I think it's 28 count. And it's a gray, maybe putty. I can't remember for sure, but I think it's putty. So again, that's available. All of these are available in the Etsy shop. So if you're Canadian or not Canadian and you want to do some Canadian stitching between now and July 1st, you've got time. These all finish fairly quickly. This one was new last summer, a little bouquet with a Canada flag and some red and white whirly birds. What are they called? Pinwheels. Anyway, I stitched this one on a, I think it's ice blue. And a little bit of blue floral on the back. And this one is probably my favorite. My Quaker, my True Patriot Love Quaker. Loved stitching these. And I have a series of these Quakers if you're new here. There's 8, I think, now available in the shop there. And this has some Canadian provincial fabric on the back. And this is stitched on 36 count linen, 1/2. All one color. I used 321 on this. Pretty sure it's 321. Yeah, it's got to be. It looks like 321. It might be 347, but I think it's 321. Something I didn't say. I can't remember what it was now. Doesn't matter. And then I have a picture of one that I want to show you because I don't have the original here. Whoops. This one is True Patriot Love. And my sister stitched it, and so she has it at her house. So, and that one is, pretty sure that's Lugana too, so it's probably 28, 32 or 28 count. A little bit of glare there. Anyway, love it. Where am I going to put that? And then last one is Four Seasons. And this is a quilt. This was a quilt that I also designed. So I have this in a quilt pattern as well. So this one, the cross stitch, comes with a US flag in the chart. The quilt one doesn't. But winter, spring, summer, fall, the Lord above made them all. So this is a Four Seasons one. The flowers under the flag are lupins, and they are amazing this year. They're in bloom now, and they're just absolutely beautiful. If you don't know, if you're not familiar with lupins, Google them. They grow wild here, often on the side of the highway, and they are just, they're just like, they take over the ditches. They're just beautiful, and they're all shades of purple, some pinks, some yellows, and some whites usually, but more purple than anything else. So those are my Canadian charts. I love them. I have made it my personal mission to get more Canadian charts and patterns on the market. I don't see enough of them. Thank you to Jeanette Douglas, who does lots, and other Canadian designers. Thank you so much for representing our country. Yeah, they are, it is a pleasure to see a pattern with our beautiful flag on it. Floss tubes, I've watched quite a few floss tubes. This morning I've been watching Sean Periwinkle Stitcher. I watched the Tattooed Stitcher this week. I watched Lisa L Snaps yesterday. I watched my friend Sheila, Mrs. Stitches. She lives about an hour away from me. And so I watched her. Excuse me. I've been watching all the regulars. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And a few not regular to me that are new. But of course I didn't write them down, and now I would never be able to think of them. I started one, but it's quite long. What's her name? Oh, can't remember. It's her and a friend. I can't remember. I'll try to put it in the notes. Sorry. Okay, now I want to show you the quilt. It's a quilt that I told you last time. I showed it to you in pieces, that I was going to work at it at the retreat, and I have it finished, not quilted, but it's all put together and ready to be quilted. So this is a Crabapple Hill pattern, and this room isn't big enough for me to really show you well. But it's got 3 embroidered panels that are hand embroidered that I finished years ago, literally years ago. And I just needed to finish the flying geese that are around the outside and put it all together. So I got all the geese made at the retreat and got it all put together. So over the river and through the woods. Can't hold it up because of my shoulder too. It's kind of hard. So over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. Whoops. And then the bottom panel is another snow scene. Yeah, I loved stitching this so much. I used red. The pattern shows it in browns and blacks, but I wanted to do red, and I used anchor red for the embroidery. I can't remember. It's kind of a rusty red, and so those are the kind of colors I chose for the fabrics too. I can't remember what the number is on anchor red. Anyway, I really am happy with how it turned out. So it's a nice size throw. I have someone lined up that's going to quilt it for me, and I can't wait to show it to you finished. I'll try to film that one in my living room maybe, so that I can show it to you better, and I should be able to hold it up better by then too. I think that's it for me today. What are we at? Oh, 29 minutes. That's great. Yeah, I don't know when I'll be back. I shouldn't be as busy over the next few weeks as what I've been over the past 3. I don't have nearly as many doctor's appointments and things like that. We have, of course, July 1st coming up. We'll have a holiday weekend. That's on a Tuesday. So a lot of people will probably take a long weekend. And I think we're going to try to do that. And celebrate a little bit. We don't do anything special. We'll probably have a barbecue, and our son is away. Our daughter, her birthday is the 30th, so they usually have plans. So it'll probably just be us. We like that, and it'll be quiet, and I'll stitch and just do our thing. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope you're all doing well. I know there's a lot of strife and conflict in the world right now. When you get up in the morning, you just wonder what you're going to hear on the news. I know it's disheartening, but there are good people in the world. That is obvious. And there are people that are really trying to help those who are struggling. And, yeah, we just need to stay positive and pray for good outcomes in all of this. So I hope you have a great few weeks, however many it is that I am away and not able to get back to film, but and I may come back next week. It's just hard to say. I had mentioned before, I want to do a quilty tube to show you some of my quilt patterns that I have available. Again, it's kind of hard to hold everything up with this shoulder. I can't get the arm up where I can't get much higher than this on my own. And, I can go up a little higher when I lift with the other arm. So I'm doing exercises daily to help that. I have a little pulley system and some other easy exercises that she gave me. So, and then I go see her again. This is the physiotherapist. I see her again next week. So it is improving, but it's going to be slow. So, alrighty. Happy July 1st. If I don't see you before that, happy Canada Day, and happy July 4th. If you are American and going to celebrate that, I wish you all the best and lots of happy celebrations and happy family time. So we'll see you soon. Like I said, not sure when, but it won't be too long. Bye-bye.